Mr. Deutschmann kicking it off deep to Lukas Fink. Caught it out of the air and cuts it upfield. Has a lane in front of him and gets the ball to the 35-yard line. Waiting for the snap. And this time backing it up and then running it himself through the middle and close to the first down marker. And for all the guys that are regulars, for Sean, it's really important to get going in the game early, and he likes to bring the hammer to those kind of runs because a DB, a safety, is not going to stop him. Right, Rush?
That's right. I mean, and that's the fun thing to watch about Sean, too. He's absolutely not afraid to shy away from contact.
Motion, number 21, Devion Washington. Sean Shelton backing it up to pass and throwing a dart to number 6, Adrian Platzkummer, for another first down. And Sean Shelton dropping back to pass, flag thrown, but Marco Schneider not impressed by the flag, catching the ball close to a first down. Devion Washington in motion and Sean Shelton deciding to keep it himself on that quarterback dart.
Third and one.
Middle linebacker Junji Gao really playing great, but on that quarterback sneak, there was nothing to hold against it on the Dragons side. Ruben Seber in as tight wing and outside run by Lukas Haselmann, a great cut up field, and he got ahead for another 5 yards. Lukas Fink again going wide out and dart to Marco Schneider for another first down. Great ball, great spot.
Running the ball that kind of feeds the fire.
Sweep toss to Ruben Seber and he's walking untouched in the end zone. Great job by the whole offensive unit of the SWARCO Raiders.
Here we see on the replay, Ruben doing just a nice job of seeing what's there, and really the hats off to the blocking there, and Adrian Platzkummer on the outside.
Washington in the face of number 13, but run by Chad Jeffries. Great play design here, taking advantage of the coverage of the Raiders, handling the kickoffs. And handoff to number 3, and he has a lot of green in front of him. And number 2, Ferrari, chasing him down, but not really being able to make the tackle. Arno Schwarz had to come up with a huge stop inside the Raiders' 10-yard line after that. And now getting the snap and dropping back to pass, rolling out, being flushed out of the bucket by great pressure, and then finding all by himself number 87 because coverage broke down here. Maybe he's gonna pound it in right now, and he gets the ball and shakes off a tackler, leaps forward and lands in the end zone. We got the first score for the Danube Dragons. And the kick is up and blocked by the Raiders, caught out of the air by number 3, Jan Meyerhofer, who's trying to return it. The wide receiver on the right side, and now running in, and Sean Shelton stepping up, finding Marco Schneider, and he got wheels. You saw that once he caught the ball. And Sean Shelton this time handing it off to Lukas Haselmann, who found a crease himself this time. Great run up ahead for 12 yards and in motion. And Sean Shelton dropping back to pass, finding Marco Schneider again with a quick turn upfield for another first down. They keep on with the same plays they work, and as we see and talk about work and play, Sean Shelton running definitely being huge.
I definitely saw
personal foul, face mask, defense number 9. After distance
They
to
say
the goal
it's a
line,
face mask
automatic
call,
first
and
down.
it's not really making those big plays, but working in a constant manner and grinding, and that's getting yourself into a rhythm, and that's huge right now for the Raiders offense. It's a 3-by-2 receiver set now, and Sean Shelton stepping up and throwing a pick. Ball intended for Devion Washington, but number 24 for the Danube Dragons here, and trying his best to get a good field position here for the Raiders. But after a decent bounce for the Dragons, and Sean Shelton alone in the backfield and running it outside, following a couple of lead blockers, and really gaining a lot of yards.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 27, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Dragons could have done a lot for themselves by putting together a drive, potentially eating up the rest of the second quarter. But the Raiders answered the bell, took care of business, and there we see the replay.
For the Raiders are out again with their empty set. Rafael Belice in with the motion, not catching that swing pass, but Sean Shelton faking it. Great fake, touchdown, number 4, SWARCO Raiders on that trick play by the Raiders, and Marco Schneider being at the receiving end of a dime drop by Sean Shelton. Loud, but you don't hear it that loud at home. Again, we see that little pump fake by Sean Shelton, and then just airing it out for Marco Schneider, who beat the coverage right from the get-go.
Yeah, here we see he's got the right touch, got his man dialed up, and throws the right pass. It's just a very nice job. And sometimes those over-the-shoulder ones are tricky, especially if you know you're close to the end zone.
Hausa from Nigeria, who
one.
saw that kickoff right now, and Philip Hound returning it, and he got space. Nobody's bringing him down until number 11 jumps in from behind and does the necessary work for the SWARCO Raiders kickoff team.
Roberto Manchini from Brescia,
And
Italy.
Chad Jeffries dropping back to pass, throwing a swing, and again it's Steiner who caught the pass out of the backfield and kind of outran Devion Washington, who was in an excellent position to make that tackle. 3-by-1 receiver set, Dragons. Inside run, number 3, Byron Rohn. And again, a lot of green in front. Great blocking by the Dragons. And he's in for another score. Danube Dragons. The Raiders just didn't have anything to answer that run. And again, empty setup for the Raiders. Sean Shelton dropping pass, dropping back, and squeezing it into number 31, who did a tremendous job. And now just speed option running it to the right side, to the left side. And great physical running by Lukas Haselwanter, who had great pad level. First and goal here for the Raiders. Adrian Platzkummer in motion and outside toss to Lukas Haselwanter. And he is denied off the end zone by number 7.
Did a nice job of cutting back inside. Right there you see, because he would have continued on his outside path, he would have not gotten so close. The Dragons doing a nice job of pursuit there. And
Adrian Platzkummer as an up back, and Sean Shelton doing the dirty work. Pounding it in with a quarterback sneak. 1 yard, 2 yard gains, and touchdown Sean Shelton here for the SWARCO Raiders. And Rush Bowers just mentioned it. It's still 51 seconds to be played in that first half. So kicked off by number 16, Arno Schwarz. Deep left to Philip Haun again. And he's returning it through the middle. Got a couple of blockers in front of him. But Alexander Ferrari just making a great play, forcing that ball loose. And we're going to be exciting on who's at the top end of it.
Looks
but
like
in the backfield, Byron Rohn, and he's getting the ball right away. And the Raiders seem to have found the remedy here.
Hello.
Away.
That was Nico Melcher just doing a nice job of seeing the handoff right in front of him.
Leon Steiner in as running back, and Chad Jeffries facing a lot of pressure, avoiding a lot of pressure at the end, being brought down. 3rd and 28, it's tough. And Sean Shelton dropping back to pass and finding Marco Schneider, who is short of the first down, it appears, because the Dragons were right in on the stop.
Yeah, who's going to bring it over the
And
line?
it's
And
quarterback sneak, and Sean Shelton really has to work for that first down. What he came up, Sean Shelton dropping back and throwing a short pass, which in my opinion wasn't intercepted because he was down on the ground before he got caught. For the Raiders defense again, after that run of Leon Steiner. And he fumbles. And the Raiders recover it. It's back and forth instantly here for that game.
but the Raiders again answering the call and able to knock the ball out, as we see there, coming up with the ball and bringing the possession right back into the Raiders' hands.
Behind them, maybe or not, Sean Shelton is going to run it again. And now he probably wishes to have that one back. We're waiting for the snap. Good snap, and kick is up, and it is in the direction and the referee's gonna show it.
Good.
3 points for the Raiders on top, so it's 24-13. Chet Jeffries getting that ball and dropping back, instantly pressured by 45, and then just lobbing it to number 11, who made a great catch and used his height advantage against number 16, Arno Schwarz. Tight set for the Dragons, and again, Chet Jeffries running it, reverse running it with Hound, but the Raiders defense doesn't get fooled easily.
Well, here we go. Big play here in the outcome of this one.
And for the Dragons, Philip Hound is back on the field, so maybe he's the go-to guy on that drive, but Chet Jeffries elects to run, but not fast enough to beat Alexander Ferrari. Really like what the Raiders are doing. They do what's working, and this time they hand it off to Lukas Haselwanter, and it definitely is working for another first down. SWARCO Raiders here. And tight setup for the Raiders, and Sean Shelton tucking it and running it himself, and a lot of green in front of him, and this time he's doing something fancy down the field.
Nice little kind of showing the play fake there, pass fake, and we got the whirling derby going airborne and nearly landing on his feet. I think he might have surprised himself right there.
Play, and the Raiders trying to work hard not to get to the last play, and by scoring with Devion Washington here on that run, the Raiders are going in the right direction. So again, we see the replay here, and as Rush already said, just look at the blocking in front of Devion Washington. That edge was sealed by the Raiders. Just 5 plays. If they work, stick to those 5 plays, move the ball, and do yourself a favor by not committing anything.
But they need points.
And that's why Chet Jeffries is dropping back to pass and finally going deep, and it's a busted coverage by the Raiders. Number 87, is it 87? Yes. Completely by himself down the field. So we see 2nd and 10 inside. He's an additional pass protector here to get Chet Jeffries some time, and he floats it across the middle of the field.
A little bit, got him to take the bait, and was able to knock the ball down for a nice little break up there.
Chet Jeffries in the backfield. Dragons trying to protect him. This time doing a better job, and he throws it deep, and he finds his guy, but he's short of the end zone nonetheless. First down Dragons, Philip Hound. And dropping back, throwing really quick.
Wow.
And Devion Washington just didn't let that happen. He was right in the grills of Philip Hound and denying him that catch.
I'm impressed. The Raider defense is showing some determination and some toughness here.
A flow there, and Chet Jeffries running that direction and leaping into the end zone. And the referees are gonna say that he leaped far enough. We're gonna see how they continue to wind that clock down while we see Chet Jeffries again sticking his foot in the ground and turning it upfield. And we're gonna see what the Dragons elect to do. And number 21, sure-handed, getting that ball. And Sean Shelton also Devion Washington in the mix, but there we go. So you've just witnessed the Austrian Bowl semifinals that's been won by the SWARCO Raiders here in Tivoli Stadium. At the end, it's a score 31-20. It was a hard-fought battle in the first half. In the second half, the Raiders managed to get the upper hand and get away victorious.